Hi, I'm Danny.
And I'm Si. Welcome to Business in a Brew, a podcast dedicated to all things business with the occasional cover.
We take a business story, theory, or something we just want to chat about and give it a dusting of our own special personality and sense of humour, combined with our experience and knowledge. We're both business graduates and have run our own businesses for many years. We can't wait for you to listen. Good morning, afternoon, day, good day, good day. That was really bad, I won't do that again.
No.
Equifax.
Why do I know that name but can't remember what they did or do?
Don't know, why do you?
Are they a did or are they a do?
I can't actually remember now. Because it was that long ago
Great
that I wrote the notes.
Wow.
They're one of those, like Experian, like a credit reference agencies.
Right. Yeah. British or American?
US.
Okay.
So they were founded in 1899, one of the three biggest credit reporting agencies in the US, alongside Experian and TransUnion. So essentially, their entire job, I don't know how this is a business, collect, store and sell your financial data. Whose idea was that to come up with that? It's a weird business idea.
Theirs?
Oh, yeah, okay, thank you. So they keep your credit card history, your debts, your payment records, your loan information, and more. And by 2017, Equifax held information on almost 1 billion consumers across 24 countries, often without people even realising it.
Oh, good grief.
Because they just collect data from various different sources.
Yeah, and so it was because you started talking about it, and I was thinking, do I know these people? It seems like a familiar name, but it must be. I remember once upon a time they basically were the kind of almost like the credit referencing agency when you applied for credit. I remember seeing that on machines.
Yes.
Where they did your calculations and whatnot.
Yes, but you don't sign up to Equifax.
No.
They just get your data from the banks, your loan companies. Absolutely, yeah. So it's not like people would be aware of them necessarily unless you're in that world. I am going to talk about the 2017 data breach. So you bear in mind they had, what did I say, almost 1 billion consumers across 24 countries' data. So in May 2017, hackers exploited a known vulnerability in Apache Struts, which is the web app framework.
Apache, yeah.
The vulnerability had been flagged in March, so 2 months before, and a critical security patch was released, but Equifax never bothered to install it. Under a sort of, it's really difficult to do and no one's going to hack us anyway.
Oh, my goodness.
Sheer arrogance.
Only 2017 as well.
Yeah. So the attackers ended up with access for over 76 days because it was that hard to fix and get them back out, and stole data across 147.9 million Americans, 15.2 million Brits, and 19,000 Canadians.
Wow.
That's a lot of people.
That is a lot of people.
And they took full names, social security numbers, dates of birth, driver's license numbers, home addresses, and some credit card numbers. So it wasn't just fraud, and it wasn't just data theft. It opened it up to identity theft, all sorts of mortgage scams, all sorts of things that then couldn't be controlled. So there was a human cost behind it rather than just being horrific. Military families, for some reason, were especially affected because Equifax handled employment verification for government agencies, so their records, including some social security clearance details, were all exposed. That's bad.
Blimey,
That's really bad.
Very risky for those people.
Well, yeah. One woman had her identity stolen twice following the breach. Hackers took out credit cards, loans, and even filed for benefits in her name. But all the examples I've read, I can get stories like this that are qualitative stories, if you like. Very difficult to quantify the actual cost. Yeah. And the actual cost lost by people. As a man in Florida had his mortgage application denied because the lender couldn't verify his identity because there was conflicting data from the breach.
Really?
Victims reported years of credit monitoring costs, fraud alerts, and stress over never-ending phishing attacks using their stolen data. What would you like to know? In fact, I'll let you guess. What do you think Equifax offered all of these people after the data breach was exposed?
I don't know, $5 McDonald's voucher?
That would be almost as shit. A year of free monitoring.
Oh.
How generous. The system we didn't want to be in the first place.
That we didn't know we were in.
So the breach was made in May, but they didn't discover the breach till July the 29th, 2017. They didn't tell the public.
Were they informed? Or did they discover it?
They discovered it. Well.
You discover a breach.
Yeah, I think some people
You knew about a vulnerability.
Yeah.
But the breach was discovered because they were informed by an external hacking group.
Pretty much, yeah. So they didn't tell the public until September the 7th, over a month later.
Blimey. They must have been doing some serious firefighting at that point.
Well, I'll tell you what they were doing in that time. In that time, 3 senior executives sold nearly $1.8 million of shares.
No.
So what they were doing is, dear God, this ship is sinking. Quick, jump, jump. Yeah. Though they claimed not to have known about the breach at the time, the optics were a little suspicious.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Flipping out. Yeah. That's amazing. That is truly.
The company, initial response, they put on their website a little form asking people to enter sensitive details and accept the terms and conditions, which appeared to waive their rights to sue. So basically all they actually did was, please don't sue us. Yeah, have a
by ticking this box, you're agreeing
that
to the
you wouldn't even have read, let's be honest.
Yeah.
So it was basically a PR absolute freaking disaster. Equifax basically said, we lost your data, now give us more so we can check. Absolutely insane. Their reaction was just non-existent. Like, they did the damage control, the free credit check monitoring, the website and the thing, but it was all too little too late. The fact they didn't even inform the public till a month after they were aware of the breach, which was a month after, a month and a half after it actually happened. Their official Twitter account accidentally linked itself to a phishing site pretending to be their breach page multiple times. Don't. Like someone went, oh, that looks like our breach page, we'll link to that. The CEO, CIO, and CSO, inverted commas, retired shortly after with handsome severance packages.
Good grief.
And they spent years in court, finally agreeing to a $700 million settlement in 2019. The most affected consumers were promised $125 or credit monitoring, but the actual payouts were usually less than $5. It's just awful. They just did not care.
And they weren't required to. They weren't They weren't required to do any more than the absolute minimum by the sounds of it.
Well, no, they were like a holding pen for data, and they just opened the gate and all the data went out.
Beggars belief that they didn't open the gate. It was a gate that they didn't realise existed until it was exploited.
Well, they were told it existed.
Oh yeah, until they
chose not to lock it. So all right,
they were given the opportunity to lock it, which would have cost them.
It's a very convoluted metaphor. Yeah, they were given the opportunity to lock the gate. They refused to lock the gate. Someone else opened the gate. All the data fell out. And
the senior execs did very handsomely out of it.
Which, of course, they didn't know. It was just really weird coincidence. I was going to sell these shares. Don't need those anymore. I mean, Equifax knew their systems were outdated and vulnerable. A government report later found they had no formal patch management, reused admin credentials, and failed basic cybersecurity hygiene. This was holding the most sensitive data.
You can kind of understand that maybe in 2004 or something like that, but not 2017, when how many previous data breaches had there been on a large scale? Well, I can't count.
No, I can't.
There's been so many
a lot.
of them, but...
Yeah. 2017, again, their TLAX, I'm going to say TALX, payroll division was also breached, exposing salary and tax records for employees in multiple US companies.
Wow.
It was literally just one thing after another. But it makes me feel like, because in the UK they were fined just £500,000. That's not 500,000. Yes, it is. Or is that 5? No, that's 500,000. I'm struggling with zeros today. The maximum possible under pre-GDPR law, but that's it. And it obviously hasn't tanked them because they keep going. That money isn't anything to them. Like, there's literally no accountability. We didn't ask them to keep our data, but they make money off of data they've essentially scraped from other places. Should they be making money off of our data?
No.
Not really.
I don't believe so.
I don't believe our data should be given away unless we choose to, and just because it's a tiny little terms and conditions tick box that not everyone has got time to read.
But we should.
All right.
There's a salutary tale.
What, read the terms and conditions?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Wonka?
But get a lawyer involved whilst you're doing it.
What, just for the terms and conditions on one website?
The end user license agreement on your Netflix. Make sure.
No one's ever read that, have they? Scroll, tick. Yeah. Did you ever watch Wonka, the film?
Yeah. Where's this leading?
It's about reading the terms and conditions. There's a bit in it when he goes and stays in like a guest house or whatever, and she rolls out the terms and conditions, and it's like this bit of paper that rolls all the way across the floor, and he doesn't read it, and essentially sells his soul and has to work in it. Whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, no one reads the terms and conditions. And actually, I don't think the terms and conditions are at fault. I think it's a company that did not care about their security, did not lock their gate, did not put anything in place, and when it came to it, couldn't really care less how much people suffered.
How interesting is it that we're threatened? They bought GDPR in back in 2014, 2015, maybe. Maybe. Yeah. The back of breaches that there is crossing over of data over the Atlantic, and it falls under. It's an umbrella. I forgot what it's called. There's a specific umbrella that's like an agreement between the UK and Europe and America. So basically,
data just moves about.
Literally, it's just fluid. Yeah. So how many other agencies have access to that? That's particularly troubling. But you've got small businesses terrified. And
it's absolutely the small business. We're the ones that signed up for the ICO. We're the ones that pay that ridiculous money. We're the ones that are really paranoid. Should I actually send this email? Or I'm not sure if they've actually subscribed, or I need a double opt-in. Big businesses.
Don't want any of my emails marked as spam.
Don't give a toss.
They don't.
The number of times I've unsubscribed and still get emails from the same company because I was on a separate list. A what?
Yeah, you're on multiple lists.
It's like, no, that's not how this should work. It's actually quite frightening. I mean, Equifax, I can now confirm, do still exist. They recovered their stock price within a year of the breach. That's how little impact it had on them overall. They're still profitable. They still run as a company, and I think it's disgraceful. I hate the fact that your data just floats around, belonging to other people.
You've lost control. The thing is, your social media participation, you've lost control of all of that. All of that stuff's free. If it's free, you're the product. You are the product.
That sentence has confused me.
Yeah. The service in social media, you have access to all those tools, all the wonderful tools, and all that amazing functionality.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost you a penny, unless you want to
advertise whatever. Yeah.
But it doesn't cost you a penny. It doesn't cost you a penny because you are the product.
So the thing
the money that they make is out of you.
It's like a giant lead generation form. They just want our information.
The whole thing is predicated on that. Yeah.
Really disturbing.
Yeah, but we're kind of.
You know when you try not to think about things because they're disturbing.
The expression is we're all drinking the Kool-Aid, really.
I don't know what Kool-Aid is. What is Kool-Aid?
Well, it's a drink that was laced with poison.
That sounds.
And a cult in America. Yeah.
Oh, are they the people that killed themselves?
Was it the Jonestown massacre?
Yes. They used Kool. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 1,000 people.
We don't do a true crime podcast.
Yeah, but we're doing it. We're just doing it. We're just,
Yeah, I just think it's bizarre. And when you look at the amount of data they lost and the impact it had on people, and you're giving people like $5 compensation.
People's credit histories or credit reporting was damaged. Their ability to borrow was damaged.
Buy houses, live successfully,
and being ripped off. Basically, being having their personalities hacked
by data they didn't even give away in the first place, not consciously anyway. I think, though, if you think too hard about these things, you wouldn't do anything. You'd never fill out another lead gen form. You'd never apply for another mortgage.
No, it kind of makes you want to go completely off grid.
Yeah, you just put your money under the mattress and eat bugs.
Eat bugs?
Well, I don't know.
Bugs?
What is it you can eat that doesn't cost anything?
Bugs?
Bugs, yeah.
Yeah, woodlouse.
Some plants.
Yeah.
But you've got to rinse it first so you don't get E. coli.
Stir-fried woodlice.
Oh, God. Can you eat woodlice?
Yeah, I think if you're desperate. Oh, come on, shrimps and prawns are kind of like woodlice, aren't they?
That's disgusting. This is why I don't eat this stuff. That's horrible.
This is why I don't eat this stuff. Well, they're edible insects, really. Shrimps and prawns.
Please don't.
Lobsters are great big
I want
ones.
to gag on the podcast.
Gag on the podcast. Live on air.
Yeah.
The sound of
We could do a
Danielle
whole
gagging.
podcast about that. Every different episode you say something weird to make me gag. Which wouldn't be that hard. Oh dear. So yeah, it was making me think about how much of our data is put out there and used by people that you don't even realise. And I know there are some people who are uber paranoid about it and some people who actually couldn't care less, but...
There's a best intentions thing.
Mm-hmm.
Our own credit referencing agency, if you like, one in Nottingham, actually, born in Nottingham, is Experian.
Yeah.
Which, as far as I'm aware, has been run highly ethically since it was formed. I think in the mid-80s. My sis used to work there in the mid-80s, literally when I think there were 4 or 5 people, or however it was a tiny number of people that were there. It is now worth hundreds of millions of pounds.
And to be clear, you define run ethically as people who actually care about the data they're trying to protect. They are they're sensitive with it. They take it seriously.
Yeah. But when you've got something that, in that collection of data from whatever sources for decades, so Equifax, how long had it been going?
It started in 1899, wasn't it?
1899.
Yeah, 1899, and the breach was 2017. So 1900. Oh my God, this is going to hurt. 118 years. Long time.
Yeah.
Well established.
So
obviously
the
trusted.
people that died along the way, that doesn't matter about them,
No, casualties of.
No, not casualties. They just got old and died. They're no longer. It doesn't matter.
Well, still casualties, because it makes it sound more dramatic.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good grief.
I know.
So is there any good news to this?
No, there's literally no good news whatsoever.
Oh, but apart from they're still going. The stock's going.
I mean, that's good for them.
So great, buy into the stock because it's still.
You should buy stock of
climbing.
Equifax because it turns out whatever they do, going to bounce right back.
Well.
And if you want to use a credit reference agency, maybe Experian because they seem to be slightly more ethically based.
Yeah, but then again, you were implying that before that most users didn't actually even realise their stuff was held on.
No, and it still begs the question: if you got my data without me giving you my data,
place?
why are you selling me Why are you selling my data? Why aren't I making money off of that? Maybe I should sell my data. Not that anyone wants just my data; they want your data as well. So can I have yours, and then I can sell both of it?
Well, I had a figure that was bandied about. Certain businesses online, they offer a free service. For example, printing, business card printing, that kind of thing.
Okay.
That you get your business cards. Is it free, or is it for a very small amount of money?
And to be clear, a business card with your full name, potentially your address, your mobile phone number, and your email.
Yeah.
Those ones.
And a whole heap of information that you put in when you
and the billing information.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. The value of your actual personal information is about, I think back then when I read about this and heard about this, which was when I was working in commercial radio, was about £12 per person per profile, if you like.
Which, if you're attracting, say, 500 business users who want cheap business cards, that's 5,000
Yeah, but
or something.
what it didn't matter was about the cost. They were their earnings were. Throw those business cards out. Don't charge anything for that because you're able to sell their details on
for more than it would cost you to
12
print.
to 15 whatever pounds per profile.
Yeah.
So
that was in the days before uncategorized data.
Well, but that is where people have, they found just free service. You're the product, so that's exactly what it was. People didn't equate that. How come I can get these for nothing?
Brings us back to a phrase we used when we were talking before about if it's too good to be true, it probably is. Yeah. Don't put your details on random websites. People are
perfectly happy with the business card.
They might have been really good business cards. It might not have been business card. It
might have been little cards.
Or like pens. You can always get free pens, can't you? You get pens all the time.
No, not so much these days. I just don't buy them.
They were really good pens. So yeah, don't put your data in any kind of form ever.
Yeah, right.
Read the T's and C's.
Well, I'm sure that's going to work, isn't it?
Equifax. No, it's not going to work. We're all going to go back to it. I'm just going to keep
Danielle's warning. Danielle's wise words here. Yeah.
Don't fill out the form. Read the T's and C's. I mean, that should be common sense, but let's be honest, none of us do it anyway.
No.
But they are too big to touch, these companies.
Tiny little can of worms there.
Little can of worms, yeah.
Little can
that
of shrimps.
Was cheery, wasn't it?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Shrimps in a can.
Probably. Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah, I've seen them in a can. Shrimp in a can.
Shrimp canning factory. Wonder if they've canned multiple fish at the same time. Not at the same time, that's ridiculous. But like, is there... Never mind. Do you know what? We're going to go on for another 20 minutes about canning fish. I'm sorry.
Don't. We don't need to go there.
I'm going to stop. Yeah. Okay.
So, that's a really important story, though.
Yeah, it is.
And when you hear those data breaches, it can't be my stuff there.
But it could just as easily be your data as anyone else's.
Yeah.
Or the very small collection of 900,000 Canadians. I don't know why they were such a small proportion. I assume proportionately they weren't a massive amount of the data, but...
Amazing.
Yeah. Again, no forms, T's and C's.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We've learned.
Yeah. Wise.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks for supporting us by downloading and listening to this episode.
And a massive thank you also to Donnie, Emily, Nat and Lewis and the BTD Studios for all your expertise in bringing our podcasting dream to reality.
We'd love it if you commented on this episode, as we'd really like to know what you think and what you might like us to cover in future episodes.
And we'll see you on the next one.